Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Friday Night RODDCAR here for race 5 of 12 here at the World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway, here for 80 laps of on-track action tonight. And as always, here with my co-commentator up in the booth. How we doing?
I'm doing great. Always happy to be here for Friday Night RODDCAR. We've got the trucks going around Daytona.
80 laps. Estimated fuel run with the 55% fuel capacity is 19 to 23 laps. One lap of qualifying to set the grid as always, and one green-white checkered RODDCAR overtime if needed tonight. Let's go ahead and get you right down to the grid as they have just completed their one lap, and on pole tonight will be Daniel Buttafuoco. Outside of him, Matthew Zwack on the front row here this evening. Let's go ahead and quickly take you through your qualifying results as well. For the rest of the field, you can either look at the ticker or the little grid results. Either or will work just fine. You see here, all the way down to Tom Panzarella making his RODDCAR debut here tonight. 20 drivers electing to qualify, some heavy hitters not electing to do so. And then all the way down, we keep going to Adam Kilday in the 38th position. That is our starting grid here this evening. And just like last week, want to keep Ross Corlett and his family in our prayers and our thoughts. We miss you out there on track. I know you got some stuff going on, but hope everything's going well with the family, with your mom specifically, and just know that we miss you out on track, and we hope to see you back real soon, and hope everything gets resolved and you back out on track soon. We miss you, man.
Yeah, it doesn't always feel like RODDCAR when you miss Ross Corlett.
Absolutely, man. We'll go for it each and every week, and we certainly miss him and hope he can get back soon. Waiting on just a couple more drivers to grid up. Michael Frisch, I think, was the last one. All 38 have done so. So we will have 38 taking the green flag at least. No one electing to start from the pits.
We have trucks rolling. Do you want to start making your selection?
And right before we do that, let's just point out some of the key facts about tonight's race and the race trends we expect to see here tonight. This combination, the trucks at Daytona 480 laps, has only been done one time. Michael Cozy Jr. won that race. There was 11 cautions with 10 leaders for 38 lead changes. Longest green flag run that race was 13 laps, so we expect a lot of chaos tonight. The last caution came out on lap 78, forcing us into RODDCAR overtime. Those are tonight's Rods race trends presented by Perry Paints. But with all that being said, now it's time to pick a winner. Give me Harry Tiller across the pond early Saturday morning. Put himself in position numerous times this season already, and he's going to break through here this evening.
I'm going to pick a driver I believe it's 2 cars behind Devin Leznansky. I'm taking Christopher M. Hill.
He's starting in the 23rd position here this evening. And real quickly, we go through turn number 3 here. Let's take a look at the championship standings as they came into tonight. On top, Michael Cozy Jr. by 3 points over Mo Perry and Colin Forrester, James Mendez, AJ Green, the top 5 within 9 points of each other. There is no playoffs this season. It's the best over the course of 12 races with the drop week. It's really your top 8. Any one of them can come out of Daytona here tonight, the points leaders, so it's going to be a lot on the line here this evening.
Yeah, and with those stats that we saw, the net code that these trucks have, I'm not sure who has a better chance of survival, the drivers here or the Pac-12.
Rest in peace to the Pac-12 as we know it, currently the Pac-4 after next year. But we'll see how that plays out. Green flag in the air. Daniel Buttafuoco gets us underway. Pretty even start. Inside line has a slight advantage as they head into turn number 1 for the first time.
Do want to say our fearless leader, Ron Flagg, Washington State Cougar fan, has said if there's any college football talk tonight, they will be turned into the outside wall.
Yeah,
And
so
I have
hopefully
seen
the drivers will heed his warning. But up here in the booth, we cannot be turned into the outside retaining wall. We can't have our contract revoked, though, so we'll see. We'll be back next week or not.
I might be seeing Puffers on a little earlier than you thought.
But at the line, Matthew Zwack will lead lap number 1 with help from Cozy behind him. Daniel Budafuco has Gary in tow behind him. But 2x2, pretty, let's say, just a calm start. We saw a lot of cars flying through the air last week at Talladega. Don't want a repeat of that. Cole Palkin also making his RODDCAR debut here tonight in the 36 machine. So good to see some first-time drivers. Tom Panzarella in the 29. Thomas Miller in the 13. One of our championship contenders, Mo Perry, in the 54 truck. Been working well with Dean Clavitt this season.
We got a little 3 wide here. AJ Green, bottom 3. The 222 of Sean Rafferty. He was up top. Decides to back out of it. Going 3 wide in these trucks is not the easiest. It's a somewhat narrow track for a super speedway. I mentioned the net code. These trucks really like to grab onto each other.
Still mostly 2x2. A couple car lengths back, we see some guys trying to drop off. Logan Shore leading a second group. They're about a second off the main pack.
Adam Elshire getting a push from Sean Rafferty. They're going 3 wide. They're on the high side.
That 35 truck with help from the 222. They're the first ones to make the move. Kevin Spencer will go up as well. And now we have 3x3 for the second row on back. That escalated extremely quickly. Only starting lap number 4 here tonight.
Got Drelling in that line. Rod in that line.
But they are pretty much to that first row, about half a truck length back. Biggest mover so far is Mo Perry. We see him do this usually week in and week out. Starts at the back and knows how to make his way up quickly. Cozy getting a handful there. I believe that was from Scott Warren, potentially. Geez, that was the 45 of Lucas Plessel that had Cozy all out of shorts down the back straightaway. Kevin Spencer trying to block. That's Adam Hillshire, actually. Got 2 Lowe's paint schemes. Oh, no, I did have it right. That is Kevin Spencer. He's in the list in the 96. We have our numbers finally figured out. That's Hillshire to the lead. Blocking Cozy, then coming down to pick up Kevin Spencer. 3x3. And we're 4 wide for the race lead. Hillshire left out to dry. That's not going to work. We got some guys dipping to the back as a result. Leslie Parker down below the double yellow.
There's a lot of checking up there. Surprised you're able to keep it going.
That definitely broke up that top line, though, next to the wall. They kind of got out of it. 4 wide, not going to do a whole lot for their hopes to advance towards the front. And as you see, that single lane down at the bottom of the racetrack forming up quite nicely. Guys just trying to hang on for a little bit, but there still is 2x2 up front for a couple of rows. Mid-pack on back, everyone saw 4 wide on lap 4 and decided to nope out of there. So Cozy now on the bottom side of the racetrack. He was all the way up by the wall a couple of laps ago with Matthew Zwack in tow. Gonna get turned! Absolute chaos down the back straightaway. As Lucas Plessel sideways, cars through the grass, taking the Le Mans chicane. I believe that's championship contender James Mendez involved.
Like this is my fault. Zach Scare asked me what lap he was going to get wrecked. I said lap 6.
Don't tell me he was involved.
He was not involved, but this wreck did in fact happen on lap 6.
But let's take a look here. Kevin Spencer is going to start all of this. And he ends up getting turned down the back straightaway. Let's take a look at what happened. He's got Tyler Gary on his outside. Spencer goes up to make the move. Gary goes up to make the move even more, and Spencer just turns himself off the front bumper there. And around they go. Lucky this wasn't bigger. Oh my goodness, in the back of the pack. A couple of near misses there. Let's go on board here with Michael McElroy. Logan Shore flying through. Look at this move here from the 009. No one really knows what's going on. You see a car down there in the grass, and then all of a sudden, you're like, yep, we're wrecking. Lucas Plessel involved. Take a look on board here with the driver of the 45 machine. And you think you're good, you have no idea, and then you get clipped. I believe that was the 97 of Jackson Carr. And it was also involved. Not a whole lot of big damage, all things considered. Probably the worst for Kevin Spencer. No Perry, a wild ride. Take a look at what happened to the 54 as he was able to get that truck under its own power and headed 4 wheels forward. He just hooks a hard left and cuts the chicane. And have to give that advantage back, and he'll merge right back onto the racetrack. That's why he is your biggest mover at the moment, able to somehow avoid those situations. Looks like Rod Flagg stayed out to lead a lap and get his bonus point, as did Cole Palkin and Tom Panzarella. Michael Cozy Jr. wins the race off of pit road. Choose rule will be in effect next time by. Just still resetting the running order. Everyone 34th on back, topping off. Fuel and or fixing damage. Let's go see here if we got anyone to talk to tonight. Got James Mendez. Let's go talk to the driver of the 92 truck here with James Mendez. Able to stay out of trouble in the first one. That's going to be key here tonight. Last time we were here, we had 11 cautions in this track car combination.
Yep.
Obviously, championship hopes took a big hit last week. Gonna have to use the drop for that, hopefully. But what's the strategy the rest of the way? You've been pulling out some solid results first couple of races, and what's the goal to get that back on track tonight?
Well, I think it's going to be a combo of avoiding the wreck, which I had last week until I didn't, and then just keeping the car clean until maybe 10 to go and go for it.
Absolutely. Well, got the truck in perfect condition right now. We'll see if it stays that way at the end of this thing. Good luck.
Yep. Yes.
Cole Palkin going to lead his first laps in RODDCAR in his debut. Rod got the bonus point and then came down for fuel. He'll drop to the back after picking up his bonus point.
I just want to know how you feel about this prediction from Logan Shore. NC State ACC Champs 2K24.
That is not happening. It's just not. I'm sorry. They have a respectable program, but they're not winning the ACC anytime soon. Clemson is still Clemson. Oh, we got Thomas Miller. He spun out. Almost a collision. I think that's Robert Colgan in the back. It's a little bit of a hurt ego there for the 13 machine. He'll probably...
That's going to be an EOL.
He'll probably pick the top next time. But he just loops it around.
I'm just saying, whenever I did RODDCAR, I always picked the top because I was not going through the grass.
Why complicate things if you have to, right?
Exactly.
It's a RODDCAR rookie front row. It's actually a RODDCAR rookie top 3, Sean Rafferty. Remember on his debut, he was in contention the entire time except for the last lap. So he knows how to get around. Pace truck is off. Cole Palkut enters the Geico restart zone, and we are back to green flag action here. So we start lap number 10.
Big checkups. We're already 3-1. I believe that's Tyler Gary up to the top. He had Frisch that wanted to go with him. That I think the 315 machine is at the wall. No idea who it is. There's not a 315 on the
It's the 015 of Brian Hicks supporting the South Carolina Gamecocks here. This evening, college football is less than a month away.
Spencer Redler is a fraud.
But Tom Panzarella down the back straightaway. Help from Michael Cozy Jr. will get the run to clear the 36 machine if he wants it. Up the hill a little bit. Third line is starting to gain some momentum. Cozy will hop out of line. 3x3 for the race lead. Middle line is massively stacked up. 29 all over the place. It's not going to work. Daniel Budafuco hard into the outside wall.
And they're wrecking ahead, too.
And the entire field is in this one. And you could see that coming off of turn 4 all the way to the start-finish line. Tom Panzarella, welcome to RODDCAR. Old tires.
The action got intense.
It did, they did.
Just don't think he was ready for it. He got a big old bump into turn 3 from Cozy. Didn't know what to do with it. Cozy jumps around outside of him. I believe Swack gives him a big old bump, and
it is off from there. Right, his help is gone. Loses the momentum. Cozy says, "I'm not going to work with you." He tries to block. Lay on the block. Swack gets hit there, maybe from the 35 machine of Aylshire at the same time. But I think Zwack gets him on the right rear anyways. And then Panzarella down into Budafuco, down into Mo Perry. He'll hook the 13 back up the racetrack. Devin Lesnansky nowhere to go. And then absolute chaos further back. The 23 involved, Wesley Parker involved, Tyler Duvall at a dead stop, Kevin Spencer, Dean Clavitt, take your pick, Joe Swanson.
I mean, good way to not be involved in a wreck is just to stop.
That's what a lot of these guys had to do, is that was a huge one. Hayden Carter in the mix.
Ooh.
James Mendez, are you alive? I haven't seen the replay yet. Let's find out. You heard it from him just a couple of minutes ago, trying to keep the truck in one piece, and that is a spooky sight. Oh my goodness. Oh man, taking the road course turn number 1 there.
He had to run away from some trucks there.
They were trying to get him all the while. Watch this. This is a great shot here. You see some smoke and just point it left. We'll drift there. Try not to run over Jeremy Cootie. You gained about 20 spots there. Mo Perry continues his streak of somehow not being involved. It happens right in front of him. There's Jacob Roth. Oh, man! How about it from Jacob Roth? Let's see if he had any contacts earlier. Not some big licks. Michael Frisch, Lucas Plessel, hard contact. Oh, what a move there. Just barely hits the right front.
I feel like Randy's saying, it's the big one. It's what we've all been worried about. Sir, this is RODDCAR. We might have like 3 more of those.
I might have a car through the catch fence here. Let's go talk to Mo Perry and Dean Clavitt here. Mo Perry, you got a copy.
What?
You got a copy, sir.
Max?
Yes, this is the YJ Media booth. How we do it, fellas?
Hey.
You're on the air.
Pretty okay.
With inside of 10 laps, Mo, you've avoided 2 wrecks by mere inches.
I wouldn't call it avoided. I mean, I still got some damage off of Gary.
It could have been a lot worse, though, to be fair.
In
The truck
theory.
looks perfectly fine from up here.
I had 12 seconds of damage.
Wow, the dreaded 12.5 seconds. But either way, first one, you point it left, completely just go through the infield chicane, or the Le Mans chicane, down the back straightaway, second wreck. It happens directly in front of you, and you just hold the wheel straight and hope for the best. But you certainly have luck on your side here in the opening stage of this race.
Yeah, just I need it for the rest of the 68 laps we got.
Yeah, you're using it up all at once, so maybe drop it back and just hang out. But either way, it looks pretty cool. The onboards are impressive. Somehow making it through 2 of 2. Dean Clavitt, how'd you come out on both of those? Looks like you're still on pit road.
Tyler Davala is a god.
Is he?
Yeah, he did not ARCA brake me, and I greatly appreciate him not ARCA braking me because he was right on my ass. So I'm appreciative of him. I was just going back and looking at that replay.
We will not pass along the message to Tyler Davala. We cannot have him with an inflated ego. So it's the last thing we need.
I know. That's why I'm. I just said thank you. And that's all.
Well, I appreciate it. We gotta make sure he's a Virginia Tech fan, so we gotta make sure he knows his place in the world.
Oh man,
yeah,
unfortunate.
It is. All right, fellas. So we'll keep it up out there and hopefully keep all 4 wheels on the ground.
Please.
We'll see.
Dean sounds so confident. Oh, I do see that. Someone is flying.
That would be Tyler Gary.
Tyler Gary getting his laps back.
I thought we weren't supposed to be getting them back after everyone was choosing.
He's coming to a stop now.
Good boy, good boy. Go to the back.
All right, fellas.
Good job, Tom.
It'll be AJ Green, Robert Colgan on the front row.
I gotta say, I'm not sure how I feel about giving out God tier status for being able to use the brakes.
It's like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can use the brakes, and I'm terrible at racing.
Pace truck makes the left-hand turn down pit road. AJ Green enters the Geico restart zone, and we are back under green. Good start there from the outside lane. 222 trying to get hooked up. Cozy is hooked up with AJ Green. Cole Palkin in the mix. Travis DeLeon up 28 spots there in the 15 truck. He is your biggest mover. Got some good-looking trucks in this field tonight. As we go from twilight to night.
We are a 3-1, the 009 machine back there. Logan Shore splitting Jacob Roth on the outside. I'm sure Jacob Roth is trying to go to the bag.
He'll slot back in line 2x2. Lot of sparks there for some netcode. My goodness, I don't know if everyone else saw that, but if they did, they need to tear off. I believe that was either the 36 or the 15 blinking back into existence. Outside line, a little bit more hooked up here. Colgan trying to get to the lead. He's impressed in his limited number of starts. He finds it more often than not. Got parts flying off of one truck on the outside line.
That was Colgan. That was the rear bumper of Colgan's truck.
Let's go on board here on the nose.
Oh yeah, we're 3 now.
Just like that, Sean Rafferty. Yeah, you can see it there. Rafferty gets out of line, and the 36 machine, Cole Palkin, that's the view from the nose. There's no rear bumper. And he is all over him in the tri-oval. Bold move there. Let's head off into turn number 1. It's like, we got cars blinking and parts flying off. Move.
Dylan Dreiling
officially in the 83 truck.
Making him...
Ooh, DeLeon's going to get turned by Lesnansky. 4 wide, 39 up the hill. James Mendez in the wall. Caution is out. Tyler Gary. And we just saw him. I saw a truck dart up the hill.
That was the 36 machine. I wonder if he finally, like... I don't know. He went up and was real slow.
Yeah, I saw him... Yeah, he just makes a move up the hill. Right in front of Travis, who trying to lay off, and Lesnansky, they kind of accordion 4 wide almost. 15 down into James. The 39 machine. Let's get a number on that real quick. That's Adam Kilday returning to on-track action after a couple of weeks off. And he's going to get turned up into Logan Shore, the 14 machine of Tyler Duvall involved, Colin Forrester. But again, somehow not bigger than what one would expect in the middle of the corner. Definitely some hurt feelings there, though. Dana Budafuco, Wesley Parker. And to make some evasive maneuvers there. Yeah, James Mendez ends up spearing a truck into the outside wall here. And this is the worst feeling here. You're bottom 3 wide, you see a little bit of checkup ahead, and right there you just barely see it, and absolutely nothing you can do. Hold the brakes and spear Adam Kilday into the wall. Jacob Roth flying in there late. Let's take a look. What happened there to the 27 machine? There's absolutely nowhere to go in this. Looks like Brian Hicks gets into Davala, and Roth will actually be okay. He just gets tagged and spins through it, but he'll want probably 4 fresh Goodyear tires on that, and everyone trying to fix some damage. But Adam Aylshire is going to stay out and get a bonus point. Let's go talk to the man involved that kicked that off. Travis De Leon. Let's see what his thoughts are on it.
I'm somebody in the ass that didn't hit me.
Well, I think we're just gonna ask, but I think that's pretty much it, Travis. Looks like you just got run through on the left rear there and turned around in front of the field.
Well, I don't know what the guy in front of me, if he got loose or what. So obviously I'm gonna not run through him if he's gonna come back and try to get his spot back and check up. You know, it happens. But then I just got hit on pit road. So
yeah, we're gonna take a look at that here. Looks like is it Joe Swanson? No, who ends up hitting you?
There's a guy behind
Brian
him.
Hicks hits Joe Swanson into you. Nice.
Well, I should join in on all the fun in the race chat and just lose my mind over the most minuscule thing.
Yeah, there's a bump draft down pit road. That's all.
It wasn't bad, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It didn't look bad from the replay, but yeah, definitely some contact. Are we saving the fast repair with that? How much damage do we have?
I had about a minute 3/4. I was curious though, because they said my car looked good before I got hit into pit road, so I wonder how much it added onto that. If it was
Right.
30 seconds, 20
Yeah,
seconds.
rear
nothing.
bumper looks good. A little bit of damage on the front, but not too terribly bad.
We'll see what it can do.
Yeah. Keep your foot in it. That's right. That's what we're all here for. Still a long way to go, of course. So yeah, we'll wad them up again
Definitely.
before the end of this thing.
I'm sure of it.
Absolutely, fellas. Well, good luck out there, and try and keep all 4 wheels on the ground this week.
Bye.
Thank you. See ya.
Bump draft down pit road.
Trying to gain time anywhere they can.
James Mendez coming in. He was staying out, I guess, to see what he could speed again. Oh, he did take the fast pair, did he? No. He did not. Seth the Merchant making an appearance inside the top 3. Tom Panzarella back up there. He had a heck of a time at the front. He was last up there. It's been an eventful night for the RODDCAR rookies. Tom Miller spun out using the choose cone, going through the grass, so all 3 of them have really had an interesting night. Cole Palkin, obviously, checking up and involved in that most recent caution. Gotta learn one way or another. Let's see here. He takes the bottom again, though. I admire the commitment. He said, that's called growth, right? He's not gonna let him hold him down. He wants the bottom, and he's gonna pick the bottom.
Forrester almost had problems going around the bottom.
Oh, man. Gets a little slick down there. From time to time.
'29 machine going to the back.
Tom Panzarella? It's like he gave himself an EOL then.
Interesting.
Let's
Oh,
see
he
the
wants
merchant.
to.
I'd
I mean,
rather
I
hang
don't
out at
blame
the
him.
back. Yeah, no, I'd rather hang out at the back.
That was usually our strategy.
Lights are off on the pace car, getting back to green flag racing here. Lap number 20. Quarter of the way through this race. Adam Ailshire, the control car. He gets a great jump, as does Mo Perry. AJ Green caught sleeping. That will allow Cozy to have some options if he wants it, but he's going to work with his teammate, I imagine. Adam Kilday still on pit road. Harry Tiller 2 laps down. Other than that, all 36 trucks still on the lead lap. AJ Green making a move to the top. Already 3 wide. Dylan, yeah. The 83 truck says, no thank you. I want to carry the momentum down the back straightaway.
He's got help from Sean Rafferty. There's another group coming. But that's the 18 of Matthews Wack going up to the high side.
With help from Daniel Budafuco, 3x3 immediately. The calm sense of, relaxation that everyone had for the first 5 or 6 laps has gone out the window. They're 3x3 from the third row on back.
It's funny, you got the 2 Altus boys out front and then just a gaggle of cars right behind them.
That's always a tough combination to break up. They work so well together everywhere, but especially on these plate tracks. And last time we were here, the trucks at Daytona for 80 laps, Michael Cozy Jr. came out the winner at the end of it. He's looking to do that here again tonight, go 2 for 2. Still a long way to go, though. Plenty of twists and turns. I just noticed Rod's truck is completely black. Is that in mourning of the Washington State Cougars in the Pac-12? That's gotta be what it is, right? But it's a tough day for Pac-12 fans. Pac-12 After Dark, they took that from us. How can they? I'm trying to watch college football all day Saturday, and it'd be like 2:30 in the morning. We're at overtime between Oregon State and Cal. Come on now. And they took it from us.
Washington State can always go to Mountain West.
They need to go to the Big 12. Washington State's not too good for the Mountain West.
Exactly.
Ooh, lap truck. It is Harry Tiller. That was my pick to win, by the way. The ultimate commentator's curse.
I feel like we've kind of, switched things around. You've got the commentator's curse. I've got, a little bit of luck on my side. Travis Brown came out of nowhere to win the race last week. Chris Graham Hill with his first looks inside the top 15.
Three wide. Has settled out for a little bit. Lucas Plessel's leading the charge, but they have a lot of work to do to get back up towards the top 5 even. But they are getting organized. Tyler Gary back in the mix. He's back on the lead lap. Thomas Miller going to jump to that high side and help them out. That's definitely going to give them the momentum they needed. But still, the prevailing line is that inside line single file all the way back to right around 34th is where it ends up at. Guys just biding their time, waiting for something to happen. Don't want to be involved in the big one. It's a respectable strategy, but right now, if you're Sean Rafferty, you're mid-pack. 3x3, let's go on board here. Gotta hold a steady wheel and be predictable. No one really getting squirrely noticeably, so everyone in pretty good control of their machinery right now.
Where's the 17 machine at?
Devin Lesnansky, he's right behind him in 15th on the bottom. Try not to hit the apron and bounce up into that middle line and set off a chain reaction. He hits there on the exit of 4, though. Check up there with Dylan Dreiling and a little bit of net code going on with the blinking. Let's see if Lesnansky bails out of it.
We are 3x3 for the lead.
All the way at the top, Thomas Miller and Lucas Plessel. Somebody just, there's some internet shenanigans going on.
I believe it's the 71. Joe Swanson, yeah, he is not doing well.
Looks like the catch fence exploded and parts were flying, but all cars are accounted for. Inside line been the dominant one since the restart on lap 20. Oh, and Seth the Merchant going to get turned from the lead in front of the field. The absolute jinx. Tyler Gary loses a hood. Big damage for Brian Hicks, and they're still stuck together as they enter pit road. Dylan Dreiling involved.
Happened here?
I mean, that
was net code, or did he just get pushed off the front bumper of Cozy?
I mean, that was just an instantaneous
I think
jinx.
it was net code.
Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah. Aylshire doesn't actually make contact with him. I don't believe, anyways.
I can't see. I see a foot of distance between those cars.
This will tell us the story here. Aylshire doing a little bit of side drafting, and right there, just going to get him unstable, and they're stuck together trying to save it. Aylshire in the wall. AJ Green going to get turned from behind by Thomas Miller. Rear bumper taken off by Sean Rafferty, and just a big mess. It's good news for Michael Frisch, James Mendez, Kevin Spencer. They had all lost the pack, so they'll be happy to see that. Let's go here a little further back. And just not enough time to check up. Not a whole lot of damage to the 83, though. Everyone's just stuck together.
You know, thankfully we have the fast repair, or else we'd have trucks dropping faster than teams leaving the Pac-12.
Scott Warren will lead that lap. That's so disrespectful.
He didn't actually lead the lap, by the way. Cozy got it on pit road.
Oh, man. Scott Warren's going to be upset. Looks like Mo Perry and Cozy.
He almost got him out of pit road. He was trying. Like, I've come to the realization that our life choices and decisions to be broadcaster might interrupt midweek action. None kind of sad.
That's tragic. I'm trying to see Toledo and Ball State at 9:30 on a Tuesday night. It's 18 degrees, 37 people there.
Yeah, let's just be happy OSRL is a clean league.
It'll be over before halftime. Still a couple of trucks getting service. Looks like Kevin Spencer on back.
Participate. You can watch them action.
Kent State Golden Flashes, baby. Nick Saban's going to retire from Alabama and go bring Kent State back to their former glory. A lot of guys been on pit road here for over a minute, fixing damage. All guys involved in that last crash. We'll see if Scott Warren elects to come down and pit, or if he's just going to stay out and hope for another yellow. Tyler Gary gets another one of his laps back. He should be back on the lead lap again. He's going to have to surrender the lead here, though, unfortunately. That'll give it to Cole Palkin in the 36 truck.
I just want to say this because it's kind of funny. Miami of Ohio has duplicate numbers, I believe, all the way into... I'm still scrolling. It gets into the 20s.
Huh.
The only number not given out in between there is the number 7 to anybody. I think that's did they retire that number?
I would imagine they did so. Miami of Ohio would be the Miami Hurricanes straight up in football.
100%.
Miami Hurricanes are trash.
Miami of Ohio, the Miami. They're actually playing this year.
Are they
September
really?
1st.
Oh, man.
In Miami.
Oh, man. Oh.
Of Florida, bud.
Yeah, that ain't going to work out well for the Red Hawks, I don't think. Mario Cristobal got something to prove down in South Beach. And it's getting more than 6 games in a mediocre ball game. I'm curious to see.
Oh no. This could be a Friday too.
Yeah, I won't be here that Friday. In general.
September 1st?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me?
Georgia Tech, Louisville. I've explained this to you numerous times. It's fine, though. It's fine.
Do we have that Friday off? Do we have coverage?
Plenty of time to figure it out. Yeah, we're off for Labor Day. It's perfect. Full day of college football. It's going to be great. Pace truck is off. Cole Palkin and Michael Cozy Jr. are front row. 36 gets going.
Someone's not going in that bottom line. Daniel Budafugo all over the back of the 87.
It's like Michael Frisch coming out just ahead of this pack after fixing a lot of damage on pit road. That's the 097 of Jackson.
Yes. There's not an O on the car.
Well, that's what he's listed as, so we'll take it. Look at Lucas Plessel 3 wide all by himself. Logan Shore, though, trying to get to his A. Look at that. Further back. 3 wide. Frisch was blending into the pack as well. Scott Warren stuck in the middle without a dancing partner at the moment. And they'll call him back down to 2x2. Flip-flop of the restart. Cozy gets ahead of Cole. Jaden Carter pushing the 36. Mo Perry in the 54 pushing Cozy. It's a combination we've seen a couple times this year.
Sean Rafferty jumping up that outside line. He's been a big fan of that third line. Got help from Lucas Plussel and Scott Warren.
How about we crank it up for the first time as we approach lap number 31 here tonight? It's been a while since we've done that, but good a time as any to crank it up on a Friday night. I'm shocked they actually made it through a crank it up.
Ooh, speaking a little early, they're getting dicey.
3x3 Lucas Plessel all over the back of Sean Rafferty trying to get him cleared through the lead. It is
Cozy's not holding
3x3 for the
straight.
lead. This is the closest we've seen the entire pack all night. First to 34th is 3 seconds. So everybody's bunched up here. Everyone got to mind their P's and Q's, or it will be catastrophic, almost contact between the 7 and 36.
We're still not even halfway there.
You'd think it's lap 72, not 32. Let's go on board here, Jackson Carr. Right in the thick of it. He's 13th and 0.3 of a second behind your race leader. Michael McElroy is 25th, and he's a second behind your race leader. Here's Devin Lesnansky, middle 3 wide. Trying to hold a steady wheel.
Trying is the key word there.
The sun is down, the lights are on, and the stars are out. So we're 3 by 3 by 3 by 3.
Ooh, Sean Rafferty leading that high side, leaving the high side.
Pick up
Gonna
Jaden
bunch up
Carter.
the middle here.
You can see the inside line surging. Cole Palkin through. He's got all 3 lanes available if he wants it. Down the back straightaway, 222. Gets a good push from Jaden Carter. The 45 gets a good push from the 76. Oh, Harry Tiller! 4 wide wasn't going to work. It's the entire field. Oh, no.
What?
That was something I did not expect.
Someone missed a call out there because Scott Warren did not know that he was there.
Oh, man. That was vicious. Yeah, he was up against the wall. Let's go on board here with Scott Warren. That was a heavy, heavy impact. Yeah, we didn't even know he was there from our camera angles. The drivers would have known better than we would have.
I mean, he was so tucked up to Lucas Plussel, he didn't see anything.
Yeah, like this is
happening.
going to be... I mean, there's no reaction time there. There's none. You don't see him...
Lucas, you got to be telling your boy.
I mean, you see him right here, right? You see him out of turn number 2. There's the white truck. And then gone. No idea where he's at. Don't know if he's going bottom, top, middle. I mean, and there is just... He got used as a pick. You have no idea where he's at. With real speed, there it is. That's all the time you had to figure out. And in that time frame, there's nothing to figure out. You're just going to run right into the back of him at least 20 miles an hour quicker. That was really all that she wrote right there. I mean...
Wow.
Scott Warren into him, Seth the Merchant, Zwack, Dreiling. Let's look a little bit further forward here. Colin Forrester, Jackson Carr, Hicks, Robert Colgan, Adam Aylshire, Rod Flagg. That's just Devin Lesnansky, Travis Daly on through the grass, Brian Hicks, Tyler Davala. I mean, who wasn't involved in the wreck? Dean Clavitt might have been one of them, actually. Take a look here on board. I mean, that was just so many trucks. Guys that hung out at the back. Even then, look at the brakes. He's all the way on them. Wesley Parker gets a little sideways. Tyler Gary might have missed this one. Runs over some debris and, oh man, turns AJ Green after the caution.
Got beef?
That was... Let's see here. Oh, it might have a little bit of sit driver. Oh, Frisch. Oh, wow. I don't know. I think AJ Green meant to do that. I'm sure he got hit up into him. Yep, right reared into Tyler Gary. I don't think there was anything malicious about that whatsoever. It really looks like he just goes up there and turns him. From that angle, I don't know why he'd be upset. I know he gets a little bit in the grass, but AJ Green got turned into him. He gets in the grass, but then there, I mean, he just chases him up the hill. AJ Green just has to sit there and then let everybody go by. Interesting. But that was everybody. I mean, that's... I don't understand why Gary would be upset, though.
He doesn't know that it was... He doesn't know that it wasn't, you know, on purpose. I mean, we've seen that out of Gary before.
I don't know. Yeah, that was, yeah, AJ Green literally got hooked into him when the entire field wrecked. So, I'm going to go ahead and say the 487 did not deserve that.
He might have had it a long time coming. You never know.
It could have been stewing, who knows, but AJ Green usually don't mess with nobody. He roots for Lionel Messi in Argentina, gets a pass in my book. But yeah, that's a tough break. Lucas Plessel gonna choose here. He'll choose
You would support short people.
Short Kings where you are up.
Not that far up.
But here is the choose in effect. Everyone making their decisions. Oh, a little bit of fake out there. What a paint scheme from Zach Scare. That's pretty much everybody that's caught up in the main pack. We are going back racing here on lap number 38. Inside line gonna get caught up here, Jeremy Cootie.
We have extended the caution.
I was about to say off turn number 4, and there is nobody there. So
Harry Tiller was given the EOL for that.
I don't know how you call that one. Maybe you argue he should have gone to the bottom. Let's take one more look at it. I mean, he has the field in his rearview mirror at this point. You could have gone to the apron. Your truck's heavily damaged. He's just out there saving a fast repair.
I mean, if he doesn't call it out, sure.
But
I mean,
but
it's
I mean,
legitimately a rule that it's the lead lap car's like
yeah, but
responsibility to get around lap car
if
safety.
you're going 30 miles an hour slower, though, you can give him a break, right? Go below the apron. I mean, you can go up by the wall, and it's like, hey, you got to pass me, but they don't know. We already saw the onboard from Scott Warren. He has no idea. Lucas Plessel knows because he's the first car in line, but nobody else had any idea. Harry Tiller escapes from the scene of the crime. Looks like he finally has taken the fast repair.
It's got to be xenophobic from Corbin.
What?
He doesn't like him because he's English. I might be using that very wrong, but I'm also a dumb person. No, it's dislike or prejudice against people from other countries. I'm right. I used a big word properly.
Oh, man.
Education.
Looks like Tyler Gary was, in fact, unhappy about some ARCA braking in those cautions, we were told. But in that last one with AJ Green, I don't know that AJ Green could have done anything differently. He got hooked. But the first two definitely could have been something in the background that we might have missed. But we'll reset at the front of the field. Lucas Plessel, your race leader. First car through on the Harry Tiller chaos. And Sean Rafferty. Through the Geico restart zone, he waits till the green flag, and we are back underway. Oh, Joe Swanson gets somebody under caution. I kind of want to go figure it out. Looks like Travis De Leon comes off pit road, and he'll stay way out of the way just in case.
Yeah, but I kind of want to watch this Iowa wreck the field. I don't trust people from Iowa.
I'll tell you what, let's go look back just because. We just want to know the full story. Joe Swanson, we just gonna figure it out nice and tidy like real quick. A little bit of front end damage there. We do see it. Oh. Oh, Logan Shore! Oh my goodness! Jackson Carr! Oh no, that was worth looking at again. What in the world? Blinking problem. Internet connection. He had no idea they were there. Oh, that's good because they clearly were there for us. Man. Some of the The factors at the front of this field most of the night have been Mo Perry, Sean Rafferty, Michael Cozy Jr. Robert Colgan has made his way up twice. He was wrecked, so he's been a factor. A couple of newcomers in the top 10. Jeremy Cootie, Colin Forrester. Cole Polkin trying to get back up front, as is Frisch. He's got a clean truck now. Well, cleaner than it was. Christopher Hill back in 25th. He's you could argue, way out of position. As is Seth the Merchant. He's just biding his time right now. In the 33rd position. 35 trucks on the lead lap.
We got some 3 wide. Eno Budafuco, Michael P. Frisch, and the 57 of Seth Merchant. It was not coming to my mind.
Looks like Budafuco's going to get a nice shove down the back straightaway, all the way into the race lead. Not clear. Frisch with a heck of a shove. At the line, this time it would have been the 222 of Sean Rafferty by a little under half a truck length. Fastest lap of the race, last lap, Wesley Parker, 46.89. One of only, I believe, 2 drivers in the 46s tonight. It's himself and Christopher Hill, who ran a 46.90. So they are
set that
hauling.
lap and started dropping back, actually.
And one of the fastest lap of the race. Robert Colgan has seen enough. He's dropping to the back. Little driver's taking evasive action, but all good there. It checks out. Thinks it's getting a little dicey, too dicey for his liking. 3x3, you just never know. Look at the 57 pushing the 58. Where's Dean Clavitt? Get up there again like we had last week.
Do we have a 55? Because there's a 54 right there.
Yeah. Out of the race, though, is Adam Kilday and Tyler Gary. 36 trucks still on track. 32 of them on the lead lap.
Another driver deciding to hop out of line. The 36 machine, Cole Palkin.
He also said, I have had enough. I am fed up. I'm going home. Back outside the top 20.
I mean, there's still 37 laps to go.
That is an eternity here. Still have to pit at least once. Don't know if we'll get green flag pit stops. Obviously, the longest run last time we were here was 13 laps. That's a little bit over halfway through the fuel run. There's Brian Hicks, staying out of the way below the apron.
Good old Reba Hicks. Sad we never got a full album cover.
But Seth the Merchant, he is a lap down, but technically not anymore, as he is leading that outside line. He is on the lead lap, just barely. Doesn't have to do this with the RODDCAR rules in effect. He would get his lap back under yellow. Now he's a lap down. It's just that close. But he wants to be up front and lead, so can't really argue with that. He was pushing Frisch. Frisch dropped down to the middle. And now he'll lead that third line. Ooh, a little squirrely there from Budafuco. Everybody hangs on to it. 3x3 for what appears to be 4 rows, and then back to 2x2. And then single file further on back outside the top 20. Already halfway through this race and still so much yet to occur. So Merchant just wants to be on the lead lap, and it's not a bad idea. We know he can get up to the front if he gets one more caution and gets caught back up. That's no question. So he's making some moves, learning. Getting a strong push there. 58 now pushing the 57 yet again.
And he is right there surrounded. He's got Christopher M. Hill, not far behind his right side. Cozy Jr., just on his inside. He gets teamed up with him, and he'll have no problem maintaining, right there with him.
You See if the Altus boys will get hooked up and try and block all lanes and all challengers. Jacob Roth is your big mover at the moment. He's up 30 positions in the 27 truck. Outside line starting to fall back ever so slightly. Falling back to that 4th row. Only 3 trucks up there. I tell you, he's done a good job tonight. It's Devin Lesnansky. He makes some part-time starts more consistently in the last couple of weeks, and he looks to have found a nerve about this plate racing, and he's been inside the top 10 most of the night. Him and Dylan Dreiling tend to work pretty well together. Sean Rafferty making a move. He's going to lead the 3rd line now. The first half of the race is kind of just a grind to get through it. Now you got to start thinking about that long game as they do every week. You're past halfway. Laps are going to start ticking away. You got to think about positioning. What do I need to do to give myself a shot in the last 10 or so laps to win? What do I need to do? Do I need to be up front for green flag pit stops? Do I just need to, you know, it's all going through their minds. And everyone has a different approach to it. There's different angles, I would argue, to even the same approach. You know, I want to be at the front, but do I want to be second in line, leading, middle, bottom, top? It's, you know, there's so many ways to attack these plate races. Who do I want to work with? Who am I trying to avoid? You know, do I need to go 4 wide to get rid of somebody that I think is going to wreck the field? But does 4 wide wreck the field? Anyway, it's just so many variables. And that's why it's just so hard to win one of these things.
Yeah, what they say about work culture, your best ability is availability, and if you can get the truck to the end, if you've got a clean truck on the final 3 laps, you have a shot. So, like, no matter what your strategy is, it's got to start with getting there.
It absolutely does. And right now, everyone's doing a nice job of being available at the end. I know we're 3x3, but it is pretty much as tame as we've seen it all night. Down the back straightaway, Lucas Plessel, your race leader. They last pitted your top 2, Plessel and Rafferty, lap 35. We had that extended caution, so it gave guys a chance to extend. Some guys pitted on 37, and some of them pitted on lap 36. We are on lap 50, so we are getting to green flag pit stops slowly but surely, over halfway through. And like we argued last week, you know, if you're 3.5 seconds back, do you want to start closing up that gap? Make sure you have drafting partners available, because if you're in first, you miss your box, you know, you might fall back to 10th or 15th, but if you're 20th and you miss your box, you're pretty much out of the draft. So some of these guys in the back will have to answer that question here quickly, and then these guys at the front, if we keep going, they'll have to single file it out and somehow get down to the bottom 4 pit stops. Doing a nice job right now. Let's go on board here with Daniel Budafuco, the eyes of the 13 machine. A little bit of damage, but it's on the side. You can see Lucas Plessel inside line starting to drop back a little bit. Will anyone from the middle try and drop down? Trying to get him back up there. Everybody doing a nice job, and then further back it's 2x2. On board here with Joe Swanson. And then Thomas Miller. First car really out of this pack, and then single file all the way back, just trying to set themselves up to be available. Outside line and no help, so really it's 2x2, and that's kind of the first part of the process, is getting rid of that 3rd line, and then from there everyone can kind of work towards dropping in and getting a spot for green flag pit stops. That's something underrated that we really haven't mentioned. We've seen it happen more recently as they continue to improve in the racecraft and get these green flag pit stops. If you're leading that 3rd line, you have to get clear at some point or you're going to have to, you know, in the case of Sean Rafferty, you're going to be dropping way outside the top 15 just to get back to 2 wide. Now you got to figure out how to get to single file for pit stops. So, if you
I've seen them take it 2 wide into the pits, so
just as we say that third line forms again. So there's some guys maybe trying to get that lead and get pushed out in front and drop from top to bottom. Sean Rafferty elected to drop to the back of this lead pack somewhat.
Yeah, the 22 of Wesley Parker, Matthews White, they want to move forward.
That's Joe Swanson. Yeah, but if you're stuck 3 wide, you got 1 lap of fuel, you're going to have to, you know, you got to think of a contingency if you don't get pushed cleared. Right now, you see there, he wants to get as low as possible.
Yeah, we've got our first call out too. Colin Forrester said he's spitting in.
He is from the 13th position. Doesn't have a lot of takers with him. He's one of the drivers that I think pitted on lap 35. Only 2 cars. It's himself and AJ Green, so they're going to have to get working together. If they can get hooked back up, it'll be fine, but they're not going to have a whole lot of speed. You need at least 4 or 5 cars, so don't expect them to maintain in the lead pack after the cycle is complete. But they are underway. We'll see what happens here.
We actually have 2 trucks. He's Zwack and Joe Swanson maintaining that third line. James Mendez now coming up to join them. Not sure about this.
And they are right on the window of making it again. So if you put it on lap 37, your goal should be to go as long as possible. And it's a stretch. We got more pitting in. This is a 5-car pack led by Dylan Dreiling, Lesnansky, Sean Rafferty, Cole Palkin, and Tom Panzarella. They all made it onto pit road just fine. Can they get off?
Jacob Brawl, 27 machine, said he's pitting in. He's going to be pitting in from that bottom line. Who else is going to come in?
We're just on the outside edge. You could possibly make it if you big saved. Tops out right around 23, 24 laps, maybe.
Jaden Carter saying he's coming in.
Lucas Plessel second on the inside coming in. Looks like they all make it on just fine.
Yeah, that's not what I'd want to see if I was Joe Swanson and James Mendez. You push a guy to the lead, knowing you've got pit cycles coming up, and he just leaves you. Oh, we're about to be 4 wide. James Mendez almost hooks Joe Swanson.
Now he's going to get down, leave him out to dry. Guys desperate to get to the bottom. Don't want to run out of fuel under green flag conditions at Daytona. It'd be a death sentence.
James Mendez says he's pitting in. Zwack says he's pitting in.
Yeah,
we're going to see.
Yeah, he's got to get to the bottom still. We'll see how they do it.
He better hope that... Oh, Lesnansky.
And he was one of those first guys to pit, but he didn't have any help. It is possible to pit from the second lane because they all dip down below, and that's a well-organized entrance by everybody. And that was a thing of beauty.
Ooh, little contact back here, Joe Swanson, Dean Clav. Other than
Christopher Hill hung out to dry.
Oh,
the
no.
only one that did not have a dancing partner under this cycle of green flag pit stops. This is the race.
Wait, why didn't he come in?
This is how it's going to reform. Jaden Carter and Lucas Plessel have broken away from Thomas Miller, Jacob Roth, and Rod Flagg. Hill will be in this time by. Frisch wins the race off of pit road.
Oh, they're 3 wide. There might be some penalties here.
Oh, got to be careful. Arguing over track position. We'll wait and see, but Hill will be in this time by himself. I don't think Plessel's going to have enough. But I think Frisch should be able to maintain. He's got lap cars ahead of him to get them up to speed. It's a fascinating sequence. Hill is in. Here comes the 45. It's going to just be formed up as 2x2 pretty much right off the bat. That outside line is pulling away, though. 3 wide, trying to get organized, trying to find a spot. It's always chaos to reset the running order. And I tell you what, they weren't able to break away. Because the second group formed up so nicely. So even though Frisch has drafting help, Zwack has a lot more of it. Let's go on board here. as he tracks down the race leader.
Christopher Emil coming out there by himself.
Yeah, that's a lonely sight.
Scott Warren got a big old bump from Seth the Merchant into 1.
Yeah, Zwack's going to have the head of momentum. There's Frisch there just up ahead. They are too wide, though. Harry Tiller are going to have to pick a spot. This could get actually a little bit dicey.
Somehow,
Zwack's going to... They are 3 wide. They have blocked the track. That's an excellent move there from Frisch to use Brian Hicks as a pick. That was a professional move there from Frisch. My goodness. The presence of mind to make that move and maintain the race lead, even though he loses it now, but he is going to maintain track position. That was a heck of a move, and well done to that second group for not just plowing through there like nobody was there. 22 to go, you could easily argue that I'm just going to drive through somebody.
I can't believe Mendez did not get a penalty for the pit exit. He was definitely over the yellow. Guess he kept 2 tires on the left side.
And that looks like everyone checks out, though. And with that, 22 cars in the lead pack. Still some squabbling here further back. But 23rd on back, Robert Colgan, he's out of it. Christopher Hill pitted by himself. Evan Lesnansky, Dylan Dreiling. They pitted together, but different pit stops has Lesnansky out of contention. Looks like he took 4 tires, believe it or not, actually, on the 17 machine. Took him out of running for now. 3 wide. Seth DeMerchant needs a caution. 28 cars, or 29, back to Lesnansky on the lead lap.
Ooh, there was a bad bump there to Rafferty.
Closing in on 20 to go.
It's definitely started to pick up. We're back to 3 wide.
Yeah, Rafferty's starting to block the angles now, trying to figure out what he can get away with. Oh, that's an aggressive move from Thomas Miller. Stuck the nose in there. Outside line surging ahead, though. 3 cars clear from the top to bottom. This is in unison. Seth the Merchant back on the lead lap. That gives us 30 trucks. Almost 3 cars on the wall up top. They were ripping the top. Wesley Parker left out to dry on the bottom. He'll have help, though. Oh, Thomas Miller! It's the big one! Sean Rafferty, Dylan Dreiling, Jacob Roth, Colin Forrester, Rod Flagg, and many others involved.
Yeah, Thomas Miller, these big old checkup when Cozy got to the back of DeMerchant. I think I might have called him Thomas Green there. Knew his first name was Thomas, saw the green truck and...
So they leave Wesley Parker out to dry, and there's a gap between the 2 Altus trucks. Miller on the back of Cozy shoves him into the Merchant. Then there's a slight checkup, and Sean Rafferty just gets him unsettled into the right rear twice, and around he goes. Dylan Dreiling nowhere to go. AJ Green nowhere to go. Forrester nowhere to go. James Mendez doesn't make it through. Scott Warren will be unhappy about that one, as he was in the clear. A little bit of damage, but truck mostly in one piece, and then you're rejoining the track and you get torpedoed. What in the world happened to James Mendez there? It looks like he was all out of shape. Again, once the checkup starts, I mean, the outside line, literally nowhere to go. Oh, and he's just loose onto the air. I said nothing intentional there, but it's just, that's a bad beat. That's all that was. But this will allow everybody to come down and top off for fuel and make it to the end, unless there's a green-white checkered. Maybe. Looks like James Mendez is going to get a bonus point anyways. Involved in the most recent caution, and he'll lead a lap. Try and make sure that he gets maximum points here tonight. Looks like that is Jackson Carr getting his lap back. Cozy wins the race off of pit road.
With there being probably 15 laps to go when we restart, I doubt we're done seeing wrecks.
Absolutely not. Something that's interesting, Harry Tiller was at the front all of last week, had a shot to win it at the end, pipped by Travis Brown at the line, and he has been, no disrespect, but nowhere towards the front, caused that huge wreck earlier tonight with the 4 wide and being the lap truck, but he's back on the lead lap, got a clean truck. What can he do? He started in 7th. He knows how to get around these plate tracks. But he's been absent at the front all night long.
Yeah, got involved in an incident early. The vibes were just not there from the start.
I get it, yeah. If you just hang out at the back after getting wrecked and you just got to wait your turn. And I'd argue making slight progress towards the front with about 15 to go would not be the worst idea. But it has to happen at some point.
You're saying this gives, a second chance to my pick to win. Christopher M. Hill in 15th right now.
But I think a lot of guys, is Cozy going to come down too and top off just for the green-white checkered? No, but some guys further back will, so they are not stopping again, obviously, unless they are involved in a wreck. But this should allow everyone that double stops to go to the end regardless if we get RODDCAR overtime or not. So I like the call. We said earlier in the race, the best trait you can have is availability, to be there at the end with a clean truck.
How did you mangle that so bad? It's the best ability you can have is availability.
The best ability is availability. I don't know.
You haven't been in the workforce that much. I just had 2 jobs.
I don't make myself available. Let's see, their shoes is in effect, and everyone will pick their desired line, and hopefully nobody loops it around.
I say hopefully no one does. I say hopefully someone does.
It would be fun.
It's always kind of funny.
It is. Looks like everyone's getting formed back up. It should be roughly 32 or 33 cars on the lead lap. As Logan Shore is driving back around. But I don't think he'll have time, actually, so it should be 30... No, it is 33. Okay. Lights are off on top of the base truck, coming to 16 laps to go, just off on our estimate. Looks like a lot more guys chose the top, but spread out a little bit further back on the inside. So we'll see. Pace truck is off. Michael Cozy Jr. field in hand enters the Geico restart zone, and we are back underway.
I say I love RODDCAR rules. I guess they're also kind of moon car rules, wave yourself around, because we still got 33 trucks on the lead lap, 65 laps into this.
Yeah, and any single one of them can win. I know we get a lot of repeat winners in some of the top names, but it's because they know what they're doing. They know how to make those 4 wide moves. But everyone down to Adam Aylshire and the last car on the lead lap, or first car lap down, Travis DeLeon, he's still in it. Everybody has a shot as long as you're available.
You're not Roman Reigns. We're not going to acknowledge you.
Frisch with an aggressive move to the top. But we've mentioned it so many times before, but guys like Cozy, Frisch, Wesley Parker, they've been around for so long doing this week in and week out. They know who to work with. They know how to work with them, and they go to the front in a hurry when it gets down to the business end of these races. We are 3 by 3. It's going to be important to kind of position yourself here. Going to want to... Oh, Jeremy Cootie a little bit further back. I think that's Travis DeLeon he got into. We'll stay green. We all kept it straight. Yeah,
I see 2 orange and blue cars coming through the middle. There's a spot open behind them. Not something you're going to want to see if you're up here in the front.
Yeah, it's hard to break up those Altus boys, especially in crunch time. They'll work with each other till the very last corner if they have to, and then they'll settle it amongst themselves. We've seen that a time or two before. Outside line, big checkup. Here comes Harry Tiller into the top 10 for probably the second time all night. Right in contention. My pick to win.
My pick to win. P2 right now, pushing Jaden Carter.
Got right hooked in front of the field there. Side drafting harder than ever. Look at those 2 Altus cars. Seth the Merchant now on the lead lap. A couple of laps ago he was doing this.
Oh, wow. I really expected Cozy to jump up there. He's got a hole. There he goes. 3
Altus trucks working together. We should expect this outside line or the middle line to be the place to be for the foreseeable future. Plessel and Zwack up top trying to get it to work. They're going to need more trucks to help.
Got another one coming, the 23 machine.
Colin
Colin Forster.
There is 33 on the lead lap, but 25th on back have formed a second pack. They expect them to wreck again. And then Logan Shore and Brian Hicks don't have any major packs. They are waiting for another wreck to get caught back up.
I think we might be seeing it. Is Altus going to just try and lead all 3 lines?
Now that would be a strategy. Colleague Racing, Junior Motorsports. We see it go horribly wrong in real life, but if you lead all 3 lanes, you can't lose unless you get wrecked. So and that tends to be what happens whenever Colleague tries to do it.
It is the safe thing to do to pick the bottom. Kind of risky to go up to the high side, even if it's just 1 truck to lead that line. So 1 on bottom, 2 in middle. Hard to go wrong here.
Yeah, you're almost forcing people to try and split in 4 wide. If you have 3 team cars at the front, you're daring them to be super aggressive with it. But it is 20...
Lucas Plusso might have it at the line here. He's got a big run from Zwack. I don't think he had it. Yeah, that was Christopher M. Hill, but less than a 10th between the front 3.
Plusso will clear himself top to bottom. Outside line going to suffer a little bit of checking up on the inside line. 24 cars inside the main pack to settle it if they stay green. Back to Kevin Spencer. They're catching the lap cars, I believe, of Brian Hicks and Thomas Miller. So 36 trucks still in the running. Tyler Geary, Adam Kilday out of the race. So those lap trucks could definitely throw a wrench into the plans of going green to the end. 10 laps to go at the line.
Most shocking thing I've seen all night, Christopher M. Hill leading the middle line now.
It is 3 Altus cars lined up in the middle. Look at Tyler Davala in the 14 getting up in the mix. He's been kind of running mid-pack most of the night, but he said it's time to go. Harry Tiller and Dean Clavitt, same thing. They know it's time to go. Zwack will drop down to lead the middle. Davala will lead the outside. 2 trucks at the front, somewhat broken away by over a car length. First time we've seen that tonight, but they immediately get caught back up. 45 will stay in line. And here in a couple of laps, you're not even going to start checking that dashboard. You know, most of the race, you're timing your pushes, trying to keep the temps nice and cool and, you know, and be efficient about it. But here in just a couple of laps, you're just going to start smacking the guy in front of you as hard as you can and try and getting him clear.
We're going to have a conversation with Tyler Davala. Why do we pay that team any amount of money to put our logos on the truck if our logos aren't going to be on the truck?
He's also in mourning. Not because his team's in the Pac-12, but because Virginia Tech is an awful program. A little squirrely there from the 14, but Tyler Davala, 24th on the grid, led into turn number 3, inside line, surging through 4, though. Look at the push there from the 57 through the exit of the corner. And at the line, that would have been Hill by a distance. And the distance at Daytona is over a truck length. The outside line surging back now. It's going to be the accordion effect. Back and forth. Not a lot of room to make moves now. You're going to have to go 4 wide or be aggressive or hope that somebody has a mistake that doesn't end up wrecking the field.
Well, Duvall is clear. He's going to try and come down.
Ooh, top to bottom. And that's the kind of moves we see being made. Christopher M. Hill says, all right, I see the aggressive move. So take the push right in the middle of the corner. Outside line going to suffer from it.
That was the most generous I've ever seen these trucks behave. He went straight across his nose.
He could have easily been spun down to the inside and no one would have batted an eye. They would have kept going, but he leads the inside line with 7 laps to go. Swack getting a heck of a shove from Michael Cozy Jr. on the exit of turn number 2. The 18 surging. Don't know if he'll be clear, though, down the back straightaway.
Duvall's going to have to know he does not want to get too far out ahead. The 11 machine's going to push him for all he's worth, and then they're just going to jump out of line.
Cozy jumped up to the high side. He'll lead the outside lane.
Merchant leading the middle.
So Altus cars in all 3 lanes. Never mind, they're in 2 now. Hill goes with the Merchant. Tyler Duvall is going to have to get picked up by Plessel. Hill back to the lead with just 6 laps to go.
I mean, it's almost like I see the future. I said it. If he got too far out front, they were just going to leave.
And now he's back battling in just inside the top 10. We haven't seen the inside line be this far back in some time. They're going to have to fight to work back, though. They have time.
But they're not gathered up. There's only 4 trucks down there.
What do you do if you're Zwack or AJ Green? Do you lead the shortest way around the racetrack? Is not a bad place to be on the white flag if you're leading the line. Lap trucks stay out of the way. Travis De Leon and Logan Shore, very respectful. And just like we said, the shortest way around the racetrack, Tyler Duvall are right back into the mix at the line. It'd be a dead heat. Mo Perry a little wiggle there. At the line, it would have been his.
Like 3/10? Maybe?
The inside line surge there down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. A little bit of contact between teammates there, maybe. In a lap or 2. Oh, a little bit of wiggle there from the middle. Really, in about a lap, 2 laps, the temps go out the window. If you're second in line, you want to push your guy clear and get some clean air on the nose, so you're just going to push for everything that truck is worth. There are 24 trucks still in the main pack. 2 seconds separating them. James Mendez stays out of the way. Through the grass to do so. That is a dead heat at the line.
I believe it's 1/1000th. 0.001.
3 by 3. All bets are off. Surprised we haven't seen someone stick at 4. Mo Perry again, a little bit of a wiggle further back. Devin Lesnansky does a nice job staying off of him. Can they make it back around? Michael Cozy Jr. top to middle, top to bottom. That changes the game. If you're the second on the inside, you're going to have to push to try and get them clear. And then to move up, but the middle line surges at the line. That's Christopher Hill's race. But there's still 3 laps to go. 7.5 miles. Lucas Plessel had to back off ever so slightly. Moving a little too early with the aggressive pushing. Outside line's going to need some more trucks to get up there. I don't think they can do it with just 3. They are being so steady. The Altus boys working so well together. What a shove here from the 14. Cozy is just going to stay on the bottom now, so if you're Duvall, you're going to have to shove him so far out in front that you yourself can make that move. Because you got 2 Altus cars above you, so that's going to be a tough nut to crack as we come to 2 laps to go.
Yeah, but if he makes that move, he's got to watch out for a crossover. You just expect one of them to jump either back down or right up top if they have the room.
Yeah, I think, honestly, the line to watch is that outside line. What can they do? We know Cozy and the Altus boys control the bottom and middle. That outside line is the wild card, because even if Zavala pushes him clear, there's no guarantee that he's going to jump up and make that block.
I mean, yeah, we've got Tiller out there. He's a race winner. Dean Clavitt, he was in it for the championship. He almost had it. If that is a good outside line, Daniel Buttafuoco fourth in line. That's going to be an aggressive line.
I think they're going to...
Ooh, I think Dean hit
Dean
the
Clavitt
wall.
calling Forster on the wall, 4 wide. Can it make it? No, Wesley Parker. There goes Daniel Buttafuoco up and over. Inside of Wesley Parker. They do not make it back. Shame on me. Up and over.
I shouldn't have said anything. I talked nice
Oh,
about Dean.
man. And that shakes up everything. This is going to have some guys with a decision to make, though. It was almost as close as you can get it to 1 to go. So we'll see if anyone has any fuel concerns. You're not going to pit at this point. But Christopher Hill leads out the line. My goodness, what a wreck. Buttafuoco has to tow. Let's take a look at what happened. It all starts here with Dean Clavitt, Colin Forster, and Daniel Buttafuoco. Just let it play out. He gets into the wall. 23 not able to check up. Wesley Parker gets turned from the bottom. Frisch is around. My goodness. Let's go far chase here and get a good idea of what happened. Let's take a look at what happened with Dean Clavitt first off. He is all over the back of Harry Taylor. I think he enters a little high. He does, puts himself in the wall, loose in front of Colin Forrester, that checks him up, and Daniel Buttafuoco just nowhere to go. And then the second phase of the wreck is Wesley Parker absolutely getting hooked up the racetrack.
Gonna have a discussion about the logos on that truck.
What truck?
The 56 machine.
Ah. Yeah, but you can see the Jackson car, the 097 Frisch, they're all trying to come down, and the 29 of Panzarella just runs out of real estate. And Parker hooked up the racetrack into Daniel Buttafuoco. And that is all she wrote. Let's go on board here with the driver of the 13 machine for what is one of the wilder rides of the night. That's a bad sight there when you're staring into the eyes of another driver with a steering wheel. He's still driving it. My goodness. What a wreck. They were coming to the white flag. Race would have been official then. But I think there are some guys with some fuel concerns. 15th on back. Came down and topped off on fuel. Damage if they had any. 4 fresh tires. Why not if you're that far back? But the top 14 back to Robert Colgan. Stayed out on the racetrack. And it is going to be anyone's game. We have a restart.
1 in 1 attempt only.
RODDCAR overtime. It doesn't matter if they all wreck on the restart. Whoever flies around it and gets through will be in position. But you see these guys. Let's go on board here. Yeah, they're having to shut it off. They all the top 14 pretty much. Lucas Plessel, yeah, he's shutting it off. Dean Clavitt shutting it off. AJ Green, I think he's good. Aiden Carter might be good. He's not saving. Mo Perry's saving. Aylshire is saving. Rod Flagg is saving. And Robert Colgan is saving. So this is going to be interesting if anyone runs. They are on the apron. This is going to be a heck of a finish. Lights they are all on the apron. Even the guys that put it on lap 80, they're just there in solidarity like, hey guys, we're here, we can make it to the end. James Mendez says Mickey Mouse time. He's starting 31st. Gonna need a lot of help. Can't have two 30th place finishes back to back and expect to be a RODDCAR champion. There's a lot of checkups because so many guys want to take the bottom. But if everyone takes the bottom, you're gonna put yourself out of contention. Look at that mess.
Ooh, there's almost contact there. Daniel
man.
Budafuco trying to get back in, like.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Budafuco, he is out of it. I mean, you have to tow on the last caution. You're not going to have time to get your laps back, unfortunately. But I believe it is back to Logan Shore in the 32nd position. Brian Hicks is on track, though, so make it 33 if he can catch up somehow. This is going to be crazy on field. They're bump drafted. Cody's on the apron. The top 14, that's what we're going to look at here. First 7 rows. Who can make it on fuel? Pace truck is off. Field is in control with Christopher M. Hill, who enters the Geico restart zone, and we are underway.
Cozy got a big old bump there from Tyler Davala.
Outside line is clear. If Cozy could let his first 2 teammates in if he wants to control the inside line. Everyone else got up to speed just fine. Hicks was unable to catch the pack. It's 32 cars back to Sean Rafferty. Harry Tiller, no help on the outside. AJ Green getting a shot from Mo Perry, almost turns him around.
There will be no space given. If there is a gap, there will be a truck.
You gotta think Hill and DeMerchant and Cozy, they all spent time leading their respective lines, burned a little bit more fuel. Do they run out on the white flag? Third line, that caution killed them. They're not going to have enough time, I think, unless some guys start making moves ahead of them. They don't have enough time to get formed up. They will, though, if Zwack goes 3 wide. That's going to split up the middle. Bledsoe, I think, got put in the wall. Never mind. They're back to 2 wide for the first couple of rows. This third line still needs a lot of help. Who's going to be the first to make the move? It has to be Zwack. White flag in the air. Race is official. Do they have enough fuel to make it back? Down the back straightaway for the final time. Christopher M. Hill leads the middle with help from Seth the Merchant, his Altus Esports teammate. Michael Cozy Jr. on the bottom. Matthew Zwack up top with help from Jaden Carter. Into turn number 3 for the final time. Not a lot of help on that third line. Robert Colgan backing up and getting turned. Inside line surging with the momentum. Tyler Davala trying to push Cozy out in front. He might just push him to the win, and he's going to do it. Michael Cozy Jr. goes 2 for 2 at Daytona. And a wild wreck at the end. Tyler Davala was trying to push him clear. Maybe Cozy goes up to block his teammate. Middle line did not have the run.
There's actually contact. The Merchant gets Christopher M. Hill loose, trying to bump him.
And at the finish here, Davala's hoping that Cozy goes up to block, and maybe he sweeps through on the middle there, but you see the 11, just no momentum. And there is your finish.
That gives us a Dean Clavitt and Tyler Davala.
My goodness, 2 out of 3 are our fellas. How about that? But that is the finish. Cozy should have picked against him. He won this combination last time out, and he wins it again, furthering his championship lead. What a finish there. That is how you finish a race, guys. I picked to win. Harry Tiller comes home 11th.
Mine P4, he had a shot leading the middle line.
That's it. That's good. I enjoyed that a lot. Michael Cozy Jr. Gonna let him celebrate here for a minute, and we'll get him in here as soon as he's ready.
About to go in his chat, be like, hey, come here.
You can Clavitt first in the waiting room, but that was a clinic by the Altus guys at the end of that. I wonder if we'll ask him how much. I think he might be out of fuel. We will see, though.
I think they're saying that is in fact 30 wins for Cozy Jr.
30 wins. How about that? He'll park it right in the infield tri-oval. Somebody's burning it down. Who is that? Travis DeLeon, why not? Burning it down in 34th. It's always a good time here for Friday Night RODDCAR.
All right, we got him in the waiting room.
All right, let's go ahead and pull him in here. Michael Cozy Jr., race winner here again. I was informed by Corbin Simmons pre-race that the last time we did 80 laps in the trucks at Daytona, you were also the winner, so you made it 2 for 2 here tonight. So should have picked you to win. It was pretty obvious. But it was a dominating display by you and the Altus boys tonight, and you were kind of in control of that race the last handful of laps there. Talk me through the thought process on that final restart and working together.
Yeah, the final restart was very scary because everybody was really close on gas the way it played out. It was really cool because we don't get a lot of fuel mileage races in RODDCAR, especially ones that play out all the way. So I definitely was not sure I was gonna make it there, and I ran out just before I went to turn 1. I think Chris said he ran out. I don't know about some of my other guys, but yeah, I mean, we don't really we try not to try harder too much. So it's like, I didn't know where those guys were going to line up. They ended up, them two going top and gave me bottom. I chose bottom strictly because like I said, I was so close on gas. I wanted to coast around the rest of the lap on the apron and then just be on the bottom, even if I ran out of gas on the last 2 laps. So, for whatever reason, that played out my way. Just with the track position, bottom line's always there. Somehow we made it around. Like I said, I don't know how them guys were really good on gas, but it worked out.
So you ran out going into turn 1 after the checkered flag. It was that close.
Yeah, it was like I wasn't turning yet. It was starting to sputter. So
that's about close. Yeah. We said after the last green flag pit stops, the only thing that would make it questionable is if it came out, coming to the white flag, and sure enough, it did. And everyone was on the apron. We had some guys bump drafting, and it set up for a thrilling finish. Everyone made it across, and Tyler Duvall gave you a nice push there out of 4 to secure the W.
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Tyler. I just want to shout out the sponsors, VRS, Altus Engineering. We got Logitech on the bad boy, Race Tech Gaming. Of course, shout out my teammates. Appreciate them as always. Love racing them. Chris, Seth, and everybody else. I had a lot of clean racing tonight. Had some green flag pit stops. Always appreciate it. Shout out everybody there. Appreciate Rod putting this on as always. Love you, Rod, and you guys for broadcasting as always. It's always a good time, man. Thank you. Happy Friday.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. I believe this is win number 30 in your RODDCAR career as well. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
Here with P2 and Tyler Davala was kind of nowhere for the first half of the race. Was just kind of hanging out, trying to miss all the wrecks. Then put yourself in position after the last round of green flag pit stops. And at the end of that thing, with inside of about 5 to go, you come storming up the outside, and you put yourself in a position to win. Talk me through that final restart and what the fuel was looking like for the 14 machine.
Yeah, fuel was actually okay. We were probably about half a lap to the good, but we had it shut off and coasting that whole caution. So, but yeah, that last restart, I don't think there was anything else I could have done. I really wanted to be able to clear Chris and get to the top to Cozy's right rear, try and get around him, but just couldn't get by him there. So I'm happy with that. That was a stressful last few laps. It was really tight racing.
Yeah, that was can't disagree with the positioning. Put yourself behind one of the all-time great plate racers on the service and pushing them to a win. Definitely get you some popularity points there, but gave it everything you had. The Altus cars were pretty strong in the end, and just kind of a move here or there, maybe you get yourself leading the line instead, but a solid points night nonetheless for the 14 machine.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to miss last week. I wasn't home, so to come back and get a P2, I could taste the win. I want to win one of these so bad.
They are incredibly hard to win. Need a lot of luck and need every single break to go your way. But like you said, just putting yourself there and being up front gives you a taste of it, what you need to do, and hopefully the recipe for next time to complete the win.
Yeah, we like tonight we kept our truck clean, and I went on the top there with like 10 to go, and Harry pushed me to the lead and kind of self cleared my way to the bottom across whack, and I thought we were gonna be good. I was cooled off to try and shove Cozy out way in front on the last lap, maybe try and get to his outside, and then caution came out. So it was kind of just everybody pushing as hard as they could on the last lap. But that's all you can do is put yourself in position to go for the win and hope it plays out.
Yeah, that move from top to bottom, Matthew's wax front bumper was almost inside of the deck lid almost, but it was a heck of a move, and you were definitely racing for the win tonight. It was awesome to see, and you did run a very well managed race, and it was good to see you up front.
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to the Express boys, even though I represented the group tonight. Nobody else showed up.
Right. And maybe if you had one teammate tonight, you might be able to do something, one spot better, but you have to yell at them for that.
Just talking about you, Cody.
Ooh,
you would have been pushing me.
Hate to see it.
But shout out to them, and big shout out to Dean. He helped me out, pushing me, and got a good finish. Shout out to Rod and all the guys that put this show on every week.
Absolutely. Well,
all in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate
I got one last thing. Why are there not YJ logos on that truck?
Well, Corbin said your truck has to be number 14, and my YJ paint is number 2.
How many people do you know that do paints? Just fix it.
Yeah, I could have done that.
All right, I'll let you two bicker and argue. We got Dean Clavitt. You moved him. Nice. Dean Clavitt, P3 here tonight. You called Tyler Duvall a god for not ARCA breaking you, and you share the podium here tonight. Talk me through that final restart and what the fuel was looking like for you.
The fuel sucked a lot. I think I was telling Mo Perry I had 1.5 left coming to the green. So it was pretty close. And I think when I finished, it was about 0.4, 0.3, something like that. So yeah, it was a heck of a battle there. Chose the inside because everybody chose top. So I was like, well, I guess I'll gain a couple spots here. And I kind of owed Cozy one from last season because I can't remember who won that race. It was the 32 car. But yeah, I kind of doored him for second by accident. So I guess I owed him one. So, and Davala didn't ARCA break me. So that was basically my, my reward for him.
Nice.
Was just sticking with them. So I'll take P3. I was hoping they'd wreck on top, but there's way too much talent up on that top lane there. Had the Merchant and Hill and Zwack, so I knew they weren't gonna wreck. So I was like, well, hope for the best finish. So
and come out with a podium here tonight. I think that puts you 10th in points. You are 43 points off the lead. So
it only puts me 10th in points. I was 13th coming in.
Well, Harry Tiller had a decent finish. Who else finished? Right, Tyler Duvall, he was right there with you. I mean, he had a good finish. Lucas Plussel, I think, was in the mix all night. Got some, so yeah, a lot of guys right around you had similar finishes. But you are top 10 in points, tied with Logan Shore, and 7th place is just, I think, 9 points ahead. So putting together a sneakily good season.
Surprisingly, I mean, that's my first top 5 in I don't know how long. It's been at least a good, half a season or so. So I'll take it.
Absolutely.
And but overall, it's been a great week overall. I mean, all my races in my leagues, finishing 4th on Tuesday night, and then actually same thing Tuesday. Starting 56 in Mooncar Light, finishing P3 or not P3 but P7. So that was a great win for me. And then in my league last night, finished 4th, and now here coming off of 3rd. So it's been a great week overall. For my leagues. So
yeah, absolutely
happy about that. Just want to give a couple shout outs here. I gotta shout out you guys, YJ Media. the best broadcasting team on iRacing currently.
Aw, you're too kind.
Way better than Puffer Zone. I mean, how many?
He's just
How many?
speaking facts.
How many how many not top tens does Puffer Zone have?
Woo!
You know, you got to look at that.
Ooh,
So no,
man.
they're good. They're good too. I enjoy Puffer Zone's broadcast. Shout out the Deep Racing guys. Have a couple of them that want to join in here, and might get them here maybe next week after. We'll see. Shout out my own scheme company, D Meme Schemes. If you're looking for funny schemes, contact me.
All schemes must have YG on them.
We'll talk about that.
No, we're not.
And
non-negotiable.
yeah, but no, overall though, it was a great race for me, and we'll just go on to next week. 87s at Daytona.
Oh boy.
So we'll see. It's a toss up there, obviously, because I sucked in the Firecracker, but I did good in Mooncar Light. So we'll see.
We're looking forward to it. 87's going to really bring out the best of the best. But looking forward to it. Congratulations on third place.
Absolutely. Thank you, boys.
James Mendez, you said before the final caution, Mickey Mouse time. It didn't happen, and when it did tonight, it looks like you were involved, much like last week, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a weird wreck at the end. Somebody got turned around, but they got turned around perfectly, I think, and nobody got caught up in it. So I made a dumb move and went to the bottom, but I still gained 5 spots somewhere I should have finished in the 30s before last yellow happened, which is something, but I'm just in a rough stretch. Next week will not be any better with an 87, but who knows? Maybe
Practicing?
Well, I don't know. Does moon car count? I had a couple practices with that. So I think we can scrape maybe a top 20 out of it without Rex. So.
I mean, still, you are 7th in points, only 36 points off the championship lead right now, and still a long season left to go. So still definitely right in the hunt for sure, though, even though the last 2 weeks, not what we expected compared to the first 3.
Yeah, but, it's a super speedway racing. You're never going to get 12 straight races or how many we have in a row that are top 10. So I got to take the L's now and win some later.
Absolutely. But looking forward to 87s next week. That'll be a different twist and a different skill set coming out there. And hopefully we can see you get back into the top 10.
Hopefully.
And finally, Mo Perry here tonight. You were you the biggest mover again? I think you were. Yes, you are. 26 spots, yeah.
That's what happens when I run another league and can't make it in time.
Yeah, but you were, again, you're putting together a very consistent season so far. 1 top 5, 3 top 10s out of 5 races, bonus points in 2 out of the 5 races. And you are 16 points, I believe, off the championship lead right now.
Well, I mean, I was 3 back, so I didn't improve. Goal is improvement.
Granted, I can't really improve all that much when Coach is out there winning every week, but
you come home 9th, and it's like, well, that was unfortunate. Lost ground in the title fight. But with the Super Speedway League, we're still early into the season. Definitely, you would rather be 16 points behind than 36 or whatever more it might be. But putting together a consistent season for sure.
Yeah. I forget. Does this season use a season-long format, or are we still doing a playoff?
It is a season-long format with a drop week.
Yes. I mean, I'm going to need the drop week at least.
I think everyone's going to need at least one, that's for sure. But definitely put on a consistent effort tonight. What was the field looking like at the end?
I think if we had to go one more lap, I would have ran out in turn 2. I was cutting it a bit close. I mean, it's not the closest I've ever cut it. I mean, I ran out of fuel going into the tri-oval one time at Daytona.
Yeah, because it was going to be, everyone was going to be good unless a caution came out coming to the white flag, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
I had that last caution period. I'd forgotten to save until about halfway through the caution period, so I was scrambling to try to save as much as I possibly could.
Yeah, the top 14 had stayed out, and they were all the top 14 were all on the apron, bump drafting, shutting it off, and it was like, yep, they are concerned.
Concerned would just about cover it.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much, but.
What
How did
did
the broadcast go?
The broadcast was excellent. They put on a good show, had fuel mileage at the end, had green flag pit stops, had some rookies at the front, had some good wrecks. It was a great broadcast. We made the iRacing not top 10. Your wreck, our broadcast commentary, is just a solid week overall for the YJ guys. Can't have no complaints.
I have some complaints.
Okay, what is your complaint?
I have a sinus infection. I'm not the greatest.
Man's immune system is failing him, and he's gonna complain. That's your issue, sir.
Well, I mean, I got more tornado risk tomorrow, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Deserved.
What?
Yeah, probably.
What?
Wow. All right, but what are the thoughts on the 87s next week, Mo Perry?
I will be at Indianapolis Raceway Park.
Oh, right.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I need the drop week.
There you go.
Hopefully they let me use that as my drop week. If not, I'm kind of boned.
I imagine it would. But we'll see. Well, always a pleasure, Mo, and look forward to seeing you back here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I will attempt to be here unless I get sucked into the sky tomorrow.
Don't do that.
I wouldn't count on it.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see in 2 weeks. We'll do a roll call.
Okay.
All right, looking forward to it, bud.
All right.
Yep. And Jaden Carter says, look at all the help on the high side. That was you, sir. You were the help. Let's back it up. Take one quick look at what happened. I believe it was on the get up to speed lap. No, when was it? It was a wreck. Colgan, I believe? 53? I think it was. Yeah, it was Colgan. Getting turned around. Yeah, let's take one quick look at this. I think we'll call it a broadcast, huh? Wesley Parker all over him. He's just... Oh, he runs out of fuel. That's what he does. Yeah, he runs out of fuel entering turn number 3.
He did not get the message to save.
Because he just keeps backing up. And you're not... Yeah, it's just... nowhere to go for Wesley Parker. Big impact there for a lot of... Budafuko involved again. My goodness. Zach Scare gonna finish backwards. My goodness. I don't need my grammar to be, acknowledged, but oh well.
He is from Georgia. It's not like, they do the best down there.
Oh well. Oh, and Sean Rafferty says, thanks for coming out.
Hey, hold on. Important interjection real quick.
Okay.
Tyler Duvall cockpit after the checkered flag.
Okay.
Next. Rewind it.
It's turned across the line for a P2. Corbin Simmons, that was your night in the tower, by the way.
Wonderful. I just need you to pay attention to what flies across the screen in a second.
Got some fireworks going on. Nice and... Oh! Wesley Parker.
What?
Oh, man. Here. Oh, my goodness.
But it took me 2 or 3 times of looking at it to figure out who it was.
We'll play this in quarter speed for everybody. Alavala is just realizing, got second place. And there he goes. There goes Wesley Parker. Oh, my goodness.
I am very surprised with how the race started, with how the race ended. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is incredible. Wesley Parker, let's get the onboard with him. He ranked up home 24th, and the only acceptable way to go out after a 24th place finish is to put it into the barrier.
Jesus Christ.
But let's go real quick. Colgan, turn 3 and 4. I imagine he is completely out of fuel. Watch the RPM counter. And there it it is. There's the sputtering. He is out of fuel.
He was the only one to run out of fuel before the truck, which is
Him
wild.
getting wrecked. That was really all she wrote. Yeah, he doesn't even gonna get to finish the race, I don't think. Does he finish it though? Does he just leave it backwards? Yes, he does. Look at that. Oh, does he make it? Oh, that's so sad. He didn't even make it.
Wow.
Oh, hate to see it.
Damn.
Alrighty.
I want to say with that, we can say one final good night to the Pac-12.
Absolutely brutal.
It's the Pac-4, first off.
Hey, they're a Power 4 conference. Pac 4, Power 4? Is that how? Nah, it's not how it works. Alright, your final thoughts on the race tonight.
Christopher M. Hill should have won.
Fair enough.
I need my
Corbin
picks to win
Simmons,
to win.
your final thoughts on the race.
I need my pick to start showing up. Somebody tell Randy Arms to join RODDCAR.
And then again, just want to say one special just shout out to Ross Corlett and his family. Hope everything's going well with you guys, and hope to see you back out on track soon. And just miss you out there every week, and just wish the best for you and your family, and your thoughts and prayers. And just get well soon, and look forward to seeing you back. We will be back in action. Monday nights again are kicking off with the Xfinity Racing Series Season 2. Their season opener at Daytona in the Next Gens. Then Tuesday night, LSRL. Their season rolls on. I think it's second to last race before the playoffs for them, as they head to Dover. And then next Friday, you already heard it, 87's at Dega at 9 Eastern. And then next Saturday, the Talladega 500, the fundraiser for the Xfinity Racing Series, will be taking place. Full-length Talladega race with some prizes from some amazing sponsors, BarkBox and Dude Wipes. So appreciate them coming on board. Still time to register for that, and ARS as well. So just look on our channel for the appropriate links, and hope to see you guys out there with us. But everyone else, we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you Monday night, hopefully. Y'all take care.